Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Flash Forwarded back again with another unboxing video for a really dope set of lights. The Nanlite Pavotube 15C. Run the intro. So just really quickly, I've been noticing that a lot of you have been watching my videos quite a bit. My view time has gone way up. But I've also noticed that a lot of you guys that are watching are not subscribing. So just quickly, you know, if this is helping you out, it's something that you enjoy watching, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you really want to help my channel grow, also make sure that you hit that like button. Just to put this out there, Nanlite did not sponsor this video. I went out there and I spent my own money. So everything that I'm going to talk about today is 100% my own opinion. So let's open it up and see what we get. Jeez, man. All right. Okay, so finally got these things out the bag. Let's take a look at what comes in them. So it looks like first off, it comes in a pretty good bag, perfectly sized for what we need going on here. Obviously, I always look at the material. Again, it's like a soft kind of mesh almost kind of material. So I don't think this is gonna be waterproof. I wouldn't recommend leaving this outside at any time when it's raining. Let's open it up and see. Pretty good, and it opens all the way up, so check that out. When you zip it open, it opens all the way up like that. So that's really good if you ask me. So of course you got some instructions or some kind of paperwork. Ain't nobody care about that. Just throw those to the side. One of those little gel things, don't care about that. So it looks like this looks like the power brick. That's kind of cool. They give it a little bag, I guess, so that you can keep it in there. Actually, it's got a little slit in there, so it looks like you can just keep it in there. Cool. This looks like the power cord. This is what we're going to actually plug into this little. I'm going to plug into this little power bank here, and then from there, stick it into the actual light itself and get some, what's it called, DC power. So that's pretty cool, like that. It looks like a couple of these little tie cables. So this is just so that you can, let's open it up actually so you can see it properly. And the last thing that looks like it's in here is a little clamp. So just a clamp with a couple screw-in holes here, and you put this on the light, you clamp it in, and you can put it on like a light stand or something like that. So pretty easy, simple stuff. And it looks like the bag holds two lights. So all the accessories are in that first one, and it has another one here where the actual light is. But again, I like this bag a lot because it opens right up. Like if you guys see this, it opens right flat open so that you can get into the bag and see everything in there. So let's take a look at the actual light itself. Like I said before, this is the Pavotube 15C, which means this is the 2-foot version. They also have a 4-foot, and I believe they just came out with a newer 1-foot version, but this is the light in its entirety. As you can see, it's pretty small. In my opinion, for a light that looks like this, it's got a little bit of weight to it, so I like that. It just makes me feel a little bit more confident with it, which is pretty cool. And from what I'm looking at here and what I've seen on some other videos, it does look like it's slightly weather sealed. So like this is the power button over here, and it's got like this little plastic cover over it. And then the actual tube itself is covered in a hard plastic, which is pretty good. So it might give it a little bit more durability. And I mean, there are some open sockets on it on this side. So if you take a look here, there's some open sockets there. So I wouldn't, like I said, recommend putting this in any water or anything like that because it will not work. But if a little bit of rain gets on it or a little bit of water gets on it, I think it'll be fine. So a couple of things that I really like about this light right off the bat is it does get pretty bright. So this is at, I don't know what percentage it's at. Let's see if it tells me. This is at 1%. So this is at 1%, and then it goes all the way up to 100%. So it gets pretty bright for what it's going to be used for. As you can see, like right away, it really gives you a lot more light. And what's also really dope about this is it has something like a cheat sheet on the back. So basically it shows you everything that you would need to know about the light in terms of how to use it, how the functions work. It gives you a couple different type of guides where you can see the percentages and, you know, the kelvins and whatnot, what you can do, and how to set even some of the special functions that the light has. So it's a quick reference guide that's on the back here, which makes it really easy to not have to walk around with a little book or anything, or have to go on a website. You just turn the light around and you can see everything that you want to know anyways. And the way you control the light is actually from these two little knobs at the bottom here. So one, it looks like changes the color temperature. So as you can see, it's going from like that nice orangey color, and then you shift it to the nice blue color. So pretty simple. And then the other knob here just increases the intensity of the actual light. So it makes it really simple to control the actual light itself. And then the next thing that's really dope about this light is that it has all these little special keys on the side here. So you can actually press these buttons, and this little LCD screen on the back here will show you what type of mode you're going into. So again, this one looks like it's doing like the cop car thing. We could turn up the intensity again, and we just get a little bit of a cop car color. You get flashing. You get a flash timer, it says. You do it really quick. Do whatever you want, really. SOS mode, okay. So what really separates these lights from the other ones on the market right now is that they are battery powered. So right now I only have it plugged in because they came fresh out the box, so they had no juice yet. But you could take this plug out and power it with the internal battery. What also makes it really special is the fact that you can go into a RGB mode, which means you could change this light to whatever color you want. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So I have it in cycle mode right now, and basically it's just going to cycle through all the different colors that this is actually capable of doing. But this is what changes the game, because literally you can set these lights to whatever color you want and then set whatever mood that you want for whatever you're filming. So I can already think of a ton of different things that I'm going to be using this for, but just to give you guys a quick look, it's really up to you, and the options are really unlimited. These lights also come with a really high CRI rating of about 95%. What that really means in plain English is the colors that come out of the light are going to be as close to the human eye as possible. So I just want to show you guys really quickly how these safety ties work. So you basically take it on either end of the light. You have these little holes that you just stick them right through, like that. And then you tie them on the other end of the safety like this. Then you can pretty much just hang this from any location that you want. So it makes it really easy to not only just put this on a light stand, but you could basically put it anywhere else that you want. So really and truly, this light has a lot of different options that you can use it for. So it can be used as a key light, can be used as a hair light, can be used as a fill light. But I think what most people are going to be using these lights for, including myself, is to really set the mood and to make things look different, right? So because these lights give you the ability to use RGB, and then it can change to whatever color you really want them to, the options are limitless in terms of the style that you can create. So I'm just going to talk really quickly about a few things that I really like about these lights. So first thing, they're very portable. So this is the entire size of the light. So this makes it super easy for me to not only set them up, but if I'm traveling to get this from one place to another, it's going to be really easy to do that. So another thing, of course, is the RGB option. For me, this is just a game changer. There's a lot of different lights out there that give you the ability to change the lights, but you have to add gels, or maybe you have to do something else that's special. But having all of that built in and easy to use like this is going to be a real game changer for me. And finally, the fact that it has an internal battery just makes it really easy. I know that the Quasar tube lights, really good option, very popular on the market also, but you have to plug them in order to use them. And that kind of limits you a bit in terms of where you're able to put these lights or how you're able to set them up. But when you have this, you can do whatever you want, wherever you want, however you want. So I'll just talk quickly about just a couple of things that I don't really like. So I guess one of the good things is that it is battery powered, but one of the downsides of that is that the batteries in here don't really last that long. Now, I didn't get to test this out myself personally. This is the very first time that I'm opening it up. But what I've heard is that the batteries only last about 2 hours. So when you have these at full power and you're going to be doing anything with them, just make sure you take that into account, that you're going to need to charge these quite a bit on set. So turn them off when you're not using them, plug them in and let them charge when you're not using them. And to charge these back up to full power, it's going to take about 4 hours. So really, whenever you're doing your planning and whatever you're doing, just make sure that you take all those kind of things to account. So the next thing is that, yes, it is, in this hard type of plastic, and it looks like these parts are kind of you know, pretty durable, made out of another hard piece of plastic or metal. But if you drop this, chances are you're gonna break them. So they're not really the most durable thing. So I'd recommend that whoever's handling these lights for you, whether it be yourself or you have a grip or you have somebody else that's helping out, just make sure that they handle these with care, because if they do drop, chances are they're gonna break. So if you live in the States, these lights are, you know, a pretty decent price, but I live in Canada and I got mine from Vistec, and pretty much per light you're looking at about $3.99. So they are pretty expensive if you are looking to get these lights individually, but in my personal opinion, compared to some of the other lights on the market, that's still a really good price. And for what you're getting, these little tiny lights, it's, in my opinion, again, well worth what it's cost. So if you've been thinking about getting these lights or something similar to these, in my opinion, again, I really strongly suggest that you take advantage of these, because they're gonna give you so many different options in terms of what you're able to do on set, that for those prices, $3.99 or whatever the case might be wherever you live, I think it's going to be worth it for you. So if you're interested in getting these lights, there's going to be a link in the description below where you can pick them up on either Amazon, or you can visit B&H or any other website, and you can pick them up online. So that's pretty much the end of this video. I know it's been a pretty long one. If you're still here, you're a real one. I appreciate you. Again, if you haven't done so already, just make sure you hit that subscribe button. Every single one of you guys that subscribe, like, and share this video helps my page grow quite a bit. So I really appreciate you guys and everybody that's been riding with me so far. And for all the new people, just make sure you join the wave. And as always, make sure you guys look, learn, and share. Take it easy, guys. Peace.